You know, St. Louis is an incredible community. We're going to show some of the great leaders in our community, the businesses that are here, the groups, organizations, and charities that make it so awesome. We'll do this right here live for you on the Cardinal Cowboy Show. Giddy up!
Giddy up! Woo!
We have Derrick Frost from St. Louis Pro Players organization right here in studio. Derrick, thanks for coming in to see us today.
Thanks for having me. How are you?
Well, Derrick, tell us a little bit about pro football player. You played with the Packers, the Redskins, Browns. That's right. All right. So, what was that like being a pro athlete?
Well, so I was a punter, so not as vigorous as some of the other positions, but grew up, born and raised here, and to be honest with you, never thought I'd ever get to that point. Never even had it on my mind. And I don't know, one day you're done playing college football, and pro teams are there to watch other people. And I had workouts as well when they were done, and somehow I ended up getting 9 free agent offers and choosing, at that point in time, I chose the Philadelphia Eagles, and they cut me after about a day and a half. So, really? And my dad was my agent. You know, that's how it went. I mean, no one called me. And he said after I got cut, you probably should hire someone else because I don't really know what to do at this point in time. So I actually got picked up right away. I went to training camp with the Ravens. They cut me, went back to school, got my degree, and literally a week before graduation, I got called by the Browns. I played with them for 2 years, 3 with the Redskins, and then 1 in Green Bay.
So you came up, born and raised in St. Louis, Clayton High School, right? And then played football, played soccer.
Yeah, growing up, I didn't play football until I was in high school, so mostly soccer.
All right, so you're working on this with this organization that you're helped founding. Some of the people you worked with helped found it.
So what happened with this is a group of former NFL players, and it's actually through the NFL Players Association, the Players Union. There's about 30 to 34 on a given year chapters in each local city, and you don't actually have to have a team there. Okay. But basically, we have meetings and we talk about benefits and things that benefit our guys. And Bernard Whittington was the man here, and he's still here. He's helping out a ton. Who formed our own nonprofit to raise funds for charity. And then after it looked like we were losing the Rams, and I had just moved back here about 1.5 years ago, I had said, well, guys, maybe we should bring in other guys, other athletes. We're going after basketball guys and hockey guys and baseball guys and really any pro athletes in the area, even soccer, because I think soccer is going to be big here eventually. Oh, yeah. And we had our first tournament last year, the Celebrity Golf Classic, and it went very well. And this year we're, basically have tripled our output in the last 12 months. And we have promotional events leading up to that, and then after that where we just continue to promote our activities, which are pretty simple. We want to help the youth in the community, and we do that in 2 specific ways. One, we have a college scholarship program that we do in-house, so that's our internal program. And then the remainder of the funds, somewhere around 75%, will go to Mission St. Louis, and that's specifically their Beyond Schools program, which they go into schools in the inner city and in North County, and other counties as well, and they find the kids that are the lowest performing, and they try to get them back up to grade level so that they don't end up in jail, because essentially their statistics say that a huge percentage, something I want to say 80 to 90% of those kids end up with severe legal problems before their life even really starts. And so that's really what we're bent on helping, and we have, basically started with kind of a lot of the old big red guys like Johnny Rowland and guys like that have been showing up, and Roger Worley, and now we've got guys like Jihadi White and Larry Hughes, and it's just growing and growing and growing, and we've been in talks with the Blues as well and their alumni group, and I think they're going to start showing up and really trying to turn this into something that all pro athletes can be a part of and grow in the community, not just sport or team specific. And I think that's kind of unique. I haven't seen that in many, not only in this area, but in many major cities. I've lived in quite a few cities.
I believe that math is important, English is important, but the things that I learned to work with a group, how to be competitive, how to always give myself the edge, how to work harder, how to work smarter, I learned that all from sports, and I think that's essential.
Football is such a unique game because there's so many guys that you have to work with. But it's also a unique game because the positions are all radically different. A lot of the guys are radically different. And just like you said, to be good, you got to learn how to work with people from all over the place, right? My testimony in the inner city was my story, and it's kind of cheesy, but I do it by asking questions. I say, guess how many D1 schools gave me an offer? 0. And the answer to all the questions are 0.
Really?
Really. Guess how many times I was all conference or all anything? 0, right? How many agents called me? 0. Right? What round did I get drafted in? Well, it's a trick question. There isn't a 0 round.
Right.
But
Nobody.
the story culminates with how many free agent offers did I have after the draft? 9. And I couldn't believe it. My dad and I were on 2 phones. I mean, we were like, you got to be kidding me. I had 30 minutes to decide.
Well, you guys got a great program. I'm really excited to be able to help you guys out as much as I can, and some excitement. We'll talk about some of the other cool things we hope to do around the community and make this thing really have an impact, as I know it already is doing incredible stuff, and let's just make this thing as big as we can and really change some lives. Ladies and gentlemen, St. Louis Pro Players. Derrick, thank you for coming in on the studio today.
You can check it out at the website, stlproplayers.org.
stlproplayers.org.
The main events, May 21, 22, party at the Cheshire, golf at the Legends, and then we'll have other events through the year, but that's our main event that's coming up next.
There you have it, ladies. Lots of excitement coming up. You're watching the Cardinal Cowboy Show. Stay tuned.